Hello, everybody. It's Brian in Toronto. Hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you had a great Father's Day. If that applies to you in any way, I did. I just really had a really lazy day. Watched some Euro matches and that kind of thing. So hope you all had a good day. You all know Mark Morris, right?
Hello, thanks for clicking. I'm Mark Morse.
If you don't, you should. I have been thinking about leaving a shout out, but I am so terrible with shout outs that I always forget. And there's a number of people who are new and even not so new that I forget to mention. But Mark Morris has a thread.
Could be a thread.
And I thought, this is the perfect time to give him a shout out because it's kind of built into the thread. So, Mark Morris, I will say this man has a really kind of subversive sense of humor that I really like. It's very subtle sometimes. It's a little self-deprecating. It's just hilarious. Classic. Really interesting channel. You should check it out. There are, I'd say, a diversity of things he likes and shows, and he's doing these albums he likes and whatnot. It's very good. I'm not going to say too much because you should just go and watch his channel. But he has an idea for a thread, which I think is a very good one. And he did propose a thread a while ago.
Like the last thread idea I had, nobody did it. I wasn't hurt. I understood that I'm unloved in this community, and I just went on. I can do it again.
And I was going to do it, but I didn't get around to it. So I'm sorry about that. Maybe I'll do it in the future. I don't know. So the thread idea is really interesting.
Could be a thread.
It's about somnambulism. I said that wrong. Somnambulism, insomnia, nightmares, sleep disorder kind of stuff, which I think is really interesting.
I don't know if this has been done before or not. Probably has, but I'm new to the community, so give me a break. What I'm doing is I'm just looking for albums that have songs on them in the title or in the lyrics where they talk about insomnia, sleepwalking, nightmares. Anything will be fine. If you know of a song where they sing about having to wear a CPAP machine, you can put that on there.
Okay, this thread seems clear enough. We have to come up with 3 to 5 songs that have something to do with some kind of sleep disorder.
Could be a thread.
And so I'm going to start with kind of like almost like a bonus, because the very first thing I thought of when Mark talked about this was this record from Nash the Slash called Dreams and Nightmares. How about that nightmarish font? Look at him dressed in surgical gauze. He died a few years ago, and of course I've mentioned him before, but his whole persona is really almost a nightmare. He's on Cutthroat Records with the skull here. He did a cover of Dead Man's Curve, kind of a ghoulish song. He has an album called Children of the Night, in which the back cover image is 2 children standing over it seems to be a dead body. Moon Curse, that was used in a film called Bloodlust. So the album does have a bit of a nightmare sound quality to it. It's a very interesting dark kind of sounding record, so it kind of fits, but none of the songs because it's instrumental, there's no lyrical content about that, but I wanted to show that as a bonus. So let's get to the real stuff. The Vibrators, Alaska 127 from 1984. Great band. I do like the early stuff better. This is probably better than some people remember, but side A, track 2 is Somnambulist, which is really sleepwalking. I guess it's a scientific term for sleepwalking. It's funny that when I was looking up songs that could be used for this, it's amazing to me how many songs have the word sleepwalker or sleepwalkers or sleepwalking. I could have done like 10 tracks just on sleepwalking, but I didn't. There's Somnambulist, side A. Pretty good track. I didn't, write down lyrics that I could recite to you, but he does sing, he's a somnambulist, whatever. So, similarly, XTC, Beeswax, 77 to 82. There is a track here called Somnambulist, right there. Some CD copies of the album The Black Sea have Somnambulist as a bonus track. Side 2. Here's the label. Somnambulist. The Somnambulist. Hard word to say. Good record. Let's move on to Canadian music. And here we have a band called Martha and the Muffins. And this is an album called Trance and Dance from 1980. They're a Canadian new wave band. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but track 4, side 2 is called About Insomnia. And I will look at some lyrics here. Waiting for the dawn for a dream. A chance to lie down, that confused imitation of life eludes me now, so she can't fall asleep. As daylight disperses, the specter of night, my nocturnal musings don wings and take flight. So I guess she fell asleep as dawn arrived, I suppose. Interesting. But that's an interesting song. The only one I could find about insomnia. And then back to sleepwalking. So 3 of the 5 actually are about sleepwalking. Cabaret Voltaire, their Drinking Gasoline EP from 1985. And the second track on side A is called Sleepwalking. And there is a video on YouTube. I don't know if they made it or if it was a fan video, but it has shot in black and white. It's a bit grainy, partly out of focus. It kind of jumps around a lot. It's kind of mysterious. You're not really sure what's going on. It sort of gives you the sense of possibly nightmares, but possibly sleepwalking. This track is 8 minutes and 27 seconds long. It's quite a lengthy track on side 1 there. They're kind of, if you don't know them, they're, I guess, proto-industrial electronic band. Really interesting, but I think it fits the thread. And then finally, another Canadian act. This one's called The Diodes. This is their second record from 1978 called, is it called Released? Yeah, it's called Released. They had a few tracks on the radio up here around this time, and the lead-off track on side 2 is called Tired of Waking Up Tired. And I'm going to take a bit of artistic license here because, you know, that song's either about someone who maybe parties too much and doesn't get enough sleep, maybe has to work. But in the lyrics, the refrain is, I'm tired of waking up tired. Yeah, waking up tired. Yeah, waking up tired. And he says, too much time to kill is killing me. So maybe it's someone who's just got nothing to do, maybe the opposite, and is tired. Even though he slept a lot, he's so bored, he's still tired. But there's also a sleep condition called sleep inertia, which I didn't know about until a couple of days ago. But it's the idea that some people, when they wake up, are confused and disoriented, can't do cognitive tasks, can't do any fine motor skills because sleep is kind of like still overtaking them. It's sort of like when you wake up from a deep sleep when, you know, something happens, like something jolts you awake and you're in your deepest possible sleep and you're kind of like, you don't even know where you are. So kind of like that thing. So I'm taking a bit of a artistic license and suggesting that song could be about sleep inertia. Just so I didn't have another sleepwalking song in there. Okay, so that's an interesting thread, and I don't think I've ever seen this one before, but anyway, you should join in if you have some songs about sleep disorders, and I encourage you again to visit Mark's channel and watch some videos. I think you will enjoy them. He's very entertaining with a bit of humor thrown in there, and I'll see you in the next video, whenever that happens to be.
Could be a thread. Might as well throw it out there. So no hard feelings if you decide not to do it. Don't feel bad. Please try to get some sleep tonight.